lovely good afternoon and welcome to the Lunchtime Cafe right here on Camnet TV. Not just another channel. My name is Joe Smarter. We are so glad that you could still join us this afternoon. It is a public holiday and it is Unity Day today. And obviously we'll be having our guest coming through. His name is Mr. Saidi Piri. He is a youth advocate and a former Kasanengo aspiring candidate in the 2021 general elections. Now, interesting things are unfolding in the political space. PF faction leader, Mr. Miles Sampa, the material lawmaker, has expelled or dropped, not expelling, but dropped Mr. Honorable Robert Chavinga from his position as leader of the opposition. We'll be going through the headlines and bringing you more details regarding this development in the political space. And this comes a few hours, obviously, after he was seen with former President Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Now, on your screen, you are able to see those letters that will be showing you now. That letter reads, to the PF members to whom it may concern, please note that the PF has this morning made a decision to remove Honorable Robert Chavinga and Morgan Ngona from the party central committee with immediate effect. Please be guided accordingly. And those are the letters attached to that particular caption there. So interesting things are happening in the Patriotic Front. Remember, barely 48 hours ago, Mr. Mao Sampa, or Honorable Mao Sampa, was seen with the former president, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, having a cup of coffee, embracing each other after 3 years of not meeting. And now the development that has come through is that Honorable Robert Chavinga has been dropped, together with the Secretary General, Mr. Ngona, who was earlier dropped sometime last week on a Friday. And this obviously has been met with mixed reactions from other political players. But for us in the media, it is interesting. And for those journalists that follow politics, this is an interesting development. Now, let's go to the new appointee. Honorable Mulenga Kampamba has been appointed as the new leader of opposition in Parliament by Honorable Mao Sampa. You can see them there putting up a clenched fist in solidarity of the Patriotic Front. So those are some of the developments in the political space. And regarding the Patriotic Front, remember, the Patriotic Front obviously had two factions, where there was an SG on the other hand, who was Kawambwa, Member of Parliament. And also, on the other hand, there was an appointed SG, Mr. Morgan Ngona there, who has been suspended or removed from the Central Committee of the Patriotic Front. And Mr. Mao Sampa extended an amnesty to seven of the 9 expelled PF members of Parliament, except for 2, which is the former Secretary General, obviously, and his counterpart, an MP as well. Those 2 haven't been given any amnesty, doesn't mean extended to them, but for the 7, amnesty has been extended to them. And it's a reconciliation process from what we're gathering on the ground, and the members of Parliament are accepting the olive branch that has been extended to them by Honorable Miles Sampa. Now let's go to today's headlines and see what the papers are saying this particular afternoon. Okay, so we have the news diggers. They are saying Miles teams up with Lungu, leaves PF in confusion as he fires Pali appointees. Okay, sub-headline there in blue, God will save us from what we are going through. VIP. Obviously, that headline, sub-headline is attributed to the Vice President, her owner, Mrs. W.K. Mtale Nalumango. Let's go to another newspaper and see what the Daily Nation is saying. Now Miles axes Chavinga Mumba as he expels the duo from his central committee, drops Chavinga and Mumba as leader of opposition and whip, effectively hours after visiting former President Lungu, whom he had not met for 3 years now. So that's the headline in the Daily Nation, and like I said, what is obtaining currently in the political space. So there you have it. Those are some of the headlines. You can come through, obviously, and give us a call, and let's find out what you, the viewer out there, thinks about this particular development and what is currently obtaining. Or wherever you're watching us from, you can come through and tell us the challenges that you're facing on Unity Day. Tell us how would you want unity to continue in Zambia from your own understanding. We are getting your calls as we make way for our guests this particular afternoon to join us so that we can have a conversation as we discuss youth participation in politics. We do have a caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Fantastic. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Okay, I'm calling you from Kalingalinga compound.
Okay, your name, sir?
My name is Vincent.
Okay, fantastic. Mr. Vincent, what do you have for us this afternoon?
This afternoon, currently, I wanted to contribute something like which is apparently like affecting Kalingalinga.
Okay.
Yes. In Kalingalinga here, we are facing a lot of challenges, especially concerns the issue of Miu.
Okay.
Yes. And there's another issue which has put we have just put it on the table. Like, what is really happening? Like, this government, like, it's concerning the issue of Miu, like when you go to buy Miu, when you go there, they will write your name, the number, and everything. What is really happening?
Just hold on, Mr. Vincent. Just hold on, just there.
Okay.
You are saying when you're going to buy Miu,
yes,
your number is taken down.
Yes.
And your phone number, your name, and what else?
The name and the phone number is written down there. You write your name, the phone number, and also your signature there.
Okay, and which brand of Miu are we talking about? Are we talking about
the same one which they are decreasing, the one which is coming from the ZNS?
Okay, so what is happening in Kalingalinga, if I'm getting you correctly, and for the sake of other viewers and concerned citizens, is
Sorry?
that
Sorry?
What is happening, if I'm getting you correctly, you are saying when you go to purchase ZNS Miu, your name and phone number is written down, and you are made to sign somewhere. Is that correct?
No, exactly. That is our concern now. What is really happening? Because you cannot, it has never happened in the history of Zambia. It has never happened. Like when you go to buy Miu, then you are able to sign. You are able to sign somewhere. You are able to log in your contact. You are able to log in your full name.
Okay. So
Yes.
where exactly in Kalingalinga is this happening, Mr. Vincent?
Exactly. There's a depot which we have here in Kalingalinga. That is top 10.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the place where we call top 10. If you just bad into Kalingalinga, then you ask someone to say, where is top 10? Someone will point it to say, this is top 10. And that's where they have opened a depot there. And it is really terrible, and it is giving us other thinking to say what is really happening to this government. Like, how should you like log in all those things before you acquire the bag of mimi?
Okay, so when you say it's giving you other thoughts or you are thinking otherwise, what exactly are you thinking? What's the conversation around community members?
What we are thinking now is to say this government is not here to help us.
Okay.
And what we want is just the change of leadership. Because what we are experiencing here is totally different from whatever we required this government to do for us.
What did you require the government to do for you, Mr. Vincent?
What we require this government to do is one, to help us reduce the price of meal meal, and also to put a lot of institution whereby because meal the way it is, you can go to any shop.
Okay.
Even if it's a Rwandanese shop, you can go there, you buy a meal. But this time what is happening, you go there to buy meal in a Rwandanese shop, you find that meal which is there is totally expensive.
Okay.
Yes. And what did you do next is to go and put your name there so that give you that meal which is coming from the people.
Okay.
And, yes.
What else would you like to add?
The government has to put, it has to put in these guys who are doing who are bringing up meal like those mamilas. Yes, to empower them to put more maize there so that they can distribute more enough bag of meal which is supposed to cater the whole compound.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what else would you like to add, Mr. Vincent?
What I would do, rather, the government input in operation is also to listen to the people whatever they need. Because what is happening is like the government, like, they are not looking up to the needs of the people. Okay. We are there to complain always, to say what is really happening. The government is not listening to us, and the government is the people.
Okay.
Yes, and they are supposed to listen to us. Whatever we complain to say, this is what is really supposed to be done, and they are not doing it.
Okay, okay. I'm sure the authorities are listening.
So we have to automatically listen to the people to say, what are the needs of the people? What are they planning for? This is what we are planning for. The minimum prices is really high, and the people are complaining. It's not me who is talking to the porter there, but everyone, totally everyone is complaining. And also the issue of the electricity is also affecting us.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Mr. Vincent, thank you so much for coming through. I'm sure the authorities, the powers that be, are watching and listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Okay, thank you. That's Mr. Vincent coming through. Thank you so much. We do have Bacheleshe. Bacheleshe, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Roger.
Good afternoon, Bacheleshe. How is your public holiday unfolding?
This holiday, I think it has found me down. I think I've been down for 2 days.
Okay, you're not feeling well?
Yeah, I'm not feeling well. Though on the other side, it has found me with joy. I have a baby girl.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah. Let me pick this when I'm hours and the guy, if they have team up and whatever, it's not making any sense to me. Let them do what they want to do. Ours is to ensure that what they do is putting maybe food on the people's table. So I'll go to the timetable of ZESCO.
Okay.
I think ZESCO now, you can just keep your timetable in your offices. We don't need it.
Why would you say? Why would you suggest that to ZESCO, Mr. Chileshe?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't hold any water.
Okay.
Because what they give to the public, it's not what they do. So what is the importance of having that timetable, Joe?
Okay. Okay.
If the reason why we come and hear from Camnet TV, it's because it's the station making sense.
Thank
the
you,
station making some education to the people, isn't it? That's why we love the station.
Thank you, sir.
So when you look at ZESCO, even today, they announced the 12 hours, they are calling rationing.
Yes,
12 hours. It's not 12 hours, it's 18 hours.
Okay.
Because we are having power maybe sometimes only 4 hours or 6 hours. So why giving people false information?
Okay.
So my call, maybe let it go direct to the president to say, Mr. President, are you comfortable with the suffering of your own people that voted for you in that office? Okay. If yes, then let it be like this. But if not, let him find ways and means. If there is the projects or another way of abandoning something and add that money to the importation of power, let them do now, not later. Because look, if you have a schedule like here in Garden, where the main activities is welding, barbershop, saloon, and the like, you have got the schedule from 03 to 21 hours. Tell me, my brother, how is that family of Chileshe, who is a barber man in Garden, going to feed the family for the past 1 week?
Okay.
How is the saloon hairdresser woman, maybe who is husband like me now, I'm down, I'm not working, how are they going to survive for the past 1 week? Because the barber man will not go to cut hair around 21 hours. So it's really sad, Wajo, and this is why sometimes let us pay attention and listen to the cries of the people. As we have been on the ground, we have been in the compound for quite some time. Even after our UPND to win my elections, as we are still in Garden. So the impact that we told our people to say it will be down, it's still there. And Mr. President, do something about the issue of power and do it now. Please, to say when I come in power, I'll come and do this, I'll come and do this, because they are able to compare and contrast.
Okay. So, Bachileshe, my question to you, before we get into our main interview, my question to you, Bachileshe, is how does it sit with you when you see the Minister of Energy on the floor of the House at National Assembly saying that the country is still exporting power, and he mentioned those neighboring countries whom Zambia is in agreement with when it comes to power exports. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying maybe our colleagues in power are very happy to say that here in Garden we are suffering, but they are able to feed another country. There is no two ways about it.
Okay. Including
the president himself is happy. No, on this one we are not going to shed hands on the minister. Even the president is happy to say that here in Garden people are suffering and we don't have power. This is not the level of the minister. It's now the head of the level of the head of state.
Okay.
To say your children are suffering and you are able to feed the other nation. There is no two ways about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Chileshe?
It's quite frustrating. The people, if they can't hear us now, they will hear us later, and it will be too late for them.
Okay. 20 months to 2026, Mr. Chileshe. Is this making the UPND, your party, unpopular, load shedding, high cost of living? Now, the government officials are admitting that they sold maize in the reserves nationwide after initially refusing that they didn't sell maize in our national reserves. Are these decisions, are these policy directions that are being taken making the UPND as a governing party unpopular to the ordinary citizen in Garden, in Kalingalinga, in Mtendere, Kwakamanga, in Mandevu, in Chawama, in Mississippi? Mr. Chilesh.
I personally, I've learned my lesson from 2006 to 2021. I have done quite enough of mobilization, and we gave them power.
Okay.
It's up to them to hold it or to leave it. It's up to them, because what we could, we need it. So on that one, if they are unpopular, if the decision that they are making today are helping the opposition to advance, or the decision that they are making now will make us still remain confident, it's up to them as we learn our lesson.
Okay, fantastic. Mr. Chileshe, the new father in town, thank you so much for coming through. Spend more time with the baby girl.
Yeah, we are still celebrating. You know, tomorrow is work, so we'll leave them and go and find food for them.
Exactly, as a man should do. It's biblical. We are commanded to work as men.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chileshe.
Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. That was Mr. Chileshe coming through from Garden right here in Lusaka city, the capital of Zambia, of course. Now we get into our main interview where we feature a youth advocate and former Kasanengwa aspiring candidate in the 2021 general elections. I'm talking about Mr. Saili Piri, who is with us this particular afternoon. Sir, good to see you and welcome.
Thank you very much, Conrad, and my apologies. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon to you. The good part or the beauty about it is that you've made it, and we are glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Let's start the ball rolling, Mr. Piri. Mr. Chileshe came through. You have heard his concerns as a young politician. You have heard Mr. Vincent's concerns as well. Let's start with Mr. Vincent's concerns. According to him, he's saying that in Kalingalinga, when you're going to purchase a meal, they're taking down your name, your phone number as well. Let's begin to talk about that, because that's a very serious concern. As an aspiring young politician, how do you make of that development?
Okay, so from that, I'm really shocked that things are happening in that way. We had a discussion that was before, I think before yesterday, if it's not 2 days ago, on Pan-African Radio. Where we are discussing about the social cash transfer and everything based on what the president was addressing the nation when he had a press briefing. So you find that, these things are true, okay? We might not have those facts, but these things that our brother is complaining about, they are true things that are happening on the ground. Because I also received a call from Kasenengwa and the other parts of the country, was like, they say, if you want to benefit from social cash transfer, even the relief, they need to ask you about the party that you're supporting.
You need to be affiliated.
Yes, you need to be affiliated. Then you find that apart from that, when these politicians, they come on the social platform like this, maybe TV or anywhere else, they'll tell us to say, you need to appreciate us, okay, for maybe increasing the CDF, enhancing the social cash transfer and everything. You get the point, eh? But how are we going to appreciate, okay, when the people who are benefiting are those who are registered? You get the point, eh? Maybe by a particular political party or maybe by particular individual who maybe is a staunch member of a certain group of the society. You get the point? So I think the concern from the brother that he is brought forward, it's more like a concern to everyone. Everyone in the nation is supposed to be more concerned. Why should they start getting the numbers, okay, and the names? To what benefit? What are they trying to achieve? You get the point? We need to understand the reasons why such things are happening. Because it's not normal, as like whenever you're trying to get a mini meal, okay, a bag of mini meal, someone has to write you a phone number. At the end of the day, we'll hear that maybe even the NRC will be more like needed. You get the point? When you're buying a bag of mini meal, you get the point. So to me, I feel like whatever project that is made, which was meant for the development of the nation, shouldn't be affiliated to any political party, or anyone shouldn't be entitled, either a chairperson of
but we have seen, Mr. Piri, entitlement. In the media space, we have seen individuals, for instance, that feel they're entitled. This particular administration owes them a lot. In the media space, away from the media space, we have seen individuals who feel they're entitled. This administration owes them something. Now, my question is, when a political party takes the reins of running the affairs of the country, does it mean it's time for their associates, their colleagues, their supporters, their sympathizers to begin to feel entitled, to begin to abuse? And when I use the word abuse, I'm using it in the context of the way you speak to others. Let's abusive language, unpalatable language, to begin to become uncouth and to begin to disregard others because you feel you are part and parcel of this political party and you feel entitled and you can do anything. Is that the sole purpose of getting into government? To let me find out from you.
Yeah, so I think from what I've discovered, you know why I think there is a theme that we are celebrating now, right? That's more like a national unity. We are celebrating the unity of the whole world, nation, and everything. You get the point? And if we get back to such kind of leadership, you find that it's hard to unite as a nation. You get the disunity that we are experiencing at the moment in politics is coming about as a result of the same kind of behavior. You know why I'm saying it comes as a result of the same kind of behavior. If me, I know you, you get the point, and you become a leader, okay, I'll feel entitled to you. You get the point, right? And you find that in trying to feel entitled, I'll start controlling your activities. You get the point, right? So you find that if we go by that nature, you find that cadarism, regionalism, even tribalism will never end. And at the end of the day, we are disuniting the country. Because you find that if that's the case, you get the point, this is the truth. There are what we call strongholds, okay, of each political party that we've had for the past few years. You get the point, There are what we call strongholds. So you find that if that's the case, it will go back to us was like, you know, whoever goes into that position, okay, would need to consider first where I did a lot of votes. You get the point, And you find that now when those people who are from the other side are watching, okay, they would want to have their own. This is what is happening at the moment. You get the point, They would want to have their own person again into what? Into power. So all these things that we are having, all this, the disunity and everything that are happening at the moment in the country, they are coming back from the same kind of leadership style that we are having at the moment. Why should we be entitled to a leader because we supported them? You get the point? If a leader had to be voted in as a president, okay, he was voted in on merit, okay, not because he was subjected to our votes. We thought a president, or let's say for example HH, was the right person to manage the country, not specific individuals but the whole country. You get the point? So if we get back to say because I supported you, then I need to benefit from this. You find that we are getting back now, because even the opposition, they have got their own strongholds. They have got their own staunch supporters who are more like looking up to them. You get the point? So they'll fight hard, okay? They'll fight hard to have their own people in power. You find that now, that's why we find people now dying for wrong things. Okay, youths are dying for wrong things. That's a sad part. Okay. You've seen what is happening in Kenya and everything. You don't deserve to die, okay, because of certain political decisions.
But we have seen even in this country where youths have lost their lives because of supporting a politician. We have seen where youths have gone to prison because of supporting a politician. We have seen where youths that had property confiscated from them because of supporting a politician. We have seen businesses of young people, promising young people for that matter, going down because of supporting politicians. How then do we as a nation begin to foster unity and begin to practice politics of basically, how do we sanitize our politics from all these petty issues, politics of vengeance, politics of retribution, politics of hatred, mudslinging? How do we move on from all these kind of politics and begin to practice politics of unity, having a common goal, which is the Zambian agenda, Mr. Pierre?
Okay, so like from what we are discussing, you find that all these things are starting from the entitlement kind of faith. You find that the people are even who would even spearhead, if let's say for example start protests in Zambia today, okay, first they'll be managed by these top opposition leaders. You get the point, eh? In convincements that when we get into power, we are going to give you such, we're going to give you such, we're going to give you such.
So they are promised?
Yes, they are promised. You get the point, eh? So at the end of the day, you find that what's get affected are those people who are more maybe innocently following those people. You get. So at the end of the day, you find that the entitlements that is coming in where leadership is concerned, it's influenced by us, people who are vying for these leadership positions. Okay, how we approach people, the message that we preach to people. Okay, when we move them out of power, okay, we are going to give you this position. You get the point, right?
Okay.
And in the end, you are coming in with a lot of propaganda. Okay, that is not even maybe, which might not even be beneficial to the management of the nation. You get the point. So you know, it's a two-way thing. It's coming from both opposition and the ruling. You get. The ruling also has got their own strongholds. They have got even these public offices. You know, there are people who have been employed, maybe in my police service, who are just more like the watchdogs of the ruling party. Let the civil service be independent from politics. You get the point. If someone is supposed to be a civil servant, let that person be independent from all politics. You get. Because if you are more like taking politics into civil service, the end result will be, you find that now we are going to the cases of these issues of abductions. They are not going anywhere. Someone is abducted, tomorrow he's going to jail. You get the point. We are not really getting to the bottom of whatsoever happened so that we can find a solution. So to me, I believe that everyone, okay, feels entitled to a particular leader. You get. At the end of the day, not for the sanity of the nation, but for the selfish benefits of that particular individual.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are a young, promising politician, and obviously you took part in the 2021 general elections in Kasanengwa as an MP, vying for that particular position. Let me find out from you. You brought out a critical point. Does it mean that when individuals are in opposition as politicians, vying for political offices, people are given positions already before they get into office?
Yes.
So are you saying that these people have dark corner meetings where they say, Mr. Piri, when we come, you are going to be the head of that parastatal company. Mr. Piri, when you come, you are going to be a cabinet minister. Mr. Piri, when we form government, you are going to be the national youth chairperson. Mr. Piri, when we form government, you are going to be the board chairperson of this quasi-government institution. Is that what you're trying to say, Mr. Piri?
No, to me, I'll give you several examples of what is happening even right now in UPND. There are some positions that we could see or we can see in UPND, okay? Those people, they are now more like civil servants. They are permanent secretaries. You get the point, eh? But there were maybe some aspiring members of parliament at some points.
And they didn't make it.
Yes, they didn't make it. And they, like for example, I'll give you an example of the UPND candidate for Kasenengwa constituency. I'm not trying to go very far. I'll go to Kasenengwa constituency where I'm coming from. The deputy permanent secretary for Eastern Province is the UPND candidate who was standing on the same ticket as my ticket. Those are politicians. You get the point?
He's now the deputy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not discussing the personalities here,
yes.
But
I'm just giving an example of why sometimes we end up politicizing the whole environment instead of, like you've asked the question, so no, why do we feel entitled? You get the point?
Okay.
To me, I feel like if someone was a politician, take them to political positions. You get the point?
Okay.
Not taking them into civil service. Because you find that they'll work not with the passion to serve the people, but to be appointed later on in the future. You get the point? Because, you know, we'll give a lot of examples of the people who were initially aspiring members of parliament or council chairpersons, councillors who have gone into these civil service positions. To me, I would ask, why did they go to those positions if they were not promised jobs? You get the point?
Okay.
So a lot of people are working hard in politics, not that they want to serve the nation, but they want to benefit later on in the future.
Okay.
Yes.
As a young politician out there or a common citizen, you can come through and give us your views regarding the topic of discussion that we have this particular afternoon: youth participation in politics. On Unity Day, how do we continue to unite the country through upholding democracy and unity on the other side? You can come through and give us a call. The number is on your TV screen there. Please dial it and let's have a conversation. Now, when we talk about unity, we have seen heroes obviously in the African political space or governance space. Particularly in Zambia, we talk about our founding father, Dr. David Kenneth Kaunda, the first Republican president of Zambia. May you so rest in peace. We talk about Mr. Simon Mwansakapwepwe. We talk about the Nalumino Mundias of this country. We talk about the Arthur winners. We talk about the Harry Mwanga Nkumblas, the Venom Vijay Mwanga, a veteran politician still alive and kicking. We talk about former 4th Republican President, Mr. Piri Rupia Bwezani Banda. May you so rest in peace. We talk about a number of heroes in the political space. FTJ Chiluba as well, 2nd Republican President. We can also talk about a man that was named the King Cobra, Michael Chilufya Sata. May you so rest in peace. And also Levi Patrick Mwanawasa, a doctor. We can call those as our heroes in the but there are many. You can have yours that you can come through and let us know who are your heroes in the political space, but we can only mention a few. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Bwana mlibwanja tubandani hapa.
Ine banda kusinda.
Wabanda kusinda kambani timveli.
Lututika mbego nzo na mkulu wanga.
Yeo.
Mbanalo kambira walina pili ya wavara kai yao. Akamba bwino nga.
Okay.
Iboma inatengewa mpando hii. Iboma yombula matwi.
Okay.
Opposition even waitiga lungu batenda mpando balatenda ko opposition wapasa ko minister kuti bajabe na bajabana akazifusako anja aba president nabo safusa vile ukaona rodishedi wakambo kikapapo every day but siri za blogura kabila wanaka kakoto nikapanga mbatu kota ndelele wange kwa ground mwanga moja atambira kudala bajatieshe na bajabe nako ngona maningi kwa ground bana vuti kama nini njala is too much kwa ground vindu ni vodula sugar na brown sugar kaje ni zindati fote chakuti hii gamba hii wala pasamu pao katilo ufa shani uko ufa no kome kazimba po gamba vala sasa inapotera bati maji wewe wate na mapawazi yao manja wala kwambira wafiri yao abra chai yao una problem kwa kushambira advice ama wewe jabe kama lipo dawe alinga dilipambana insadurira malaiti nyata wati kuona malaiti ashita import tena mundu dukuti mundu kakapukana pa nyumba pako wewe ungamane mwana wako sima ukapasa mtu wade idia nindima nikuti umene walitoa afu niko kala pasi ya president ikambaise vandu vaziviteka pasi nawo zapa itika mutoke pambando kambaka unga uone 20 ana libekunga zalamba kuti dala awelera apo pambando wali kutira wali kutira ndiye ya wote abaswa vese joka mbaza vandu Zambia yote kumbrena ni ukenzi kenu change vitu uvikinjinga vindu uvikinjinga tuoneko nati nuunga byana kambira itika lungu akule seko bandi kwacha bafite kwacha sanga ukwanisi ezi zindu zendera dere vitula so akule seko bandi kwacha wote baka mpeni akatuza tani kabla akatuza baka mpeni kulise wena akatuza baka mpeni ni wende kile kunyumba kwao kakazukika kwa sisi wote swali vesesa malaiki zinga bajita import then ya wamzala wa minister mamela makambira parliament hivyo ndima vuona hivi wafu ya kutaka sisi utifetika mbaisa watu kubala lusinzera noti yawe ye kwa kutumwa kudawa akapala mimi kizivutika shua uno mzambi ya malaiki kuna musinga so malaiki kulipe tundo liza janalenda ulisi jesi nikutu kwa maji mzibati tukaunda no but then kama nikakwele notishedi na finishing kodi kuko kulirudishedi kumamba ule kulirudishedi kulise asa okay kivutika so mushita import malaiki itatizivutika turudishedi mazi kulipe mazi ali ukalipa kuja mazi huyu isetukwane na mushamushe wa Zambia malaiki yatukwanira kulipa tatizo turudishedi tukwane na mushamushe but no no vishika ndinjani it's too much corrupt
okay
thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Wabanda. Zikom. Okay, Wabanda there from Cinda coming through, obviously with valid points. Let me begin to come to you, Mr. Saili. Mr. Banda talks about this administration not consulting. This administration obviously. He talks about load shedding. He talks about not being